So let's jump right in with a big question. Are you living for today or are you building for tomorrow and the tomorrow after that? We're going to explore this huge difference between just consuming in the moment and actually creating a real, lasting legacy. Let's figure out which path you're on.
Wow. I mean, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that pressure we all feel sometimes. That need to have the latest gadget, the right car, not because we want it, but because we think it'll impress someone. It's about fitting into an image that isn't even ours. And all that pressure, well, it leads to something called the one-generational mindset. It's basically a trap. It's fueled by social media, what everyone else is doing, and that constant nagging feeling of keeping up with the Joneses. And the result? It often leaves us buried in debt, always playing catch-up instead of actually building for the future.
Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On the left, you've got this reactive way of living. You're just responding to outside pressure. But on the right, the three-generational mindset is all about being proactive. It starts with knowing who you are, deciding what actually makes you happy, and setting this amazing goal to become a founding parent, the one who sets up the family for future success. Okay, so you might be thinking, how do I even begin to shift from being reactive to proactive? Well, that's where this really cool tool comes in. It's a way to assess yourself, and it's called the Wheel of Life. So, I want you to imagine your life is a car. And for that car to have a smooth ride, you need all four tires to be perfectly round and balanced, right? This wheel you're seeing here, this represents a perfectly balanced life, where every single important area is getting the attention it needs. And these are those important areas. You've got your physical health, your social life, wealth and finances, your mental growth, your career, family, your spiritual side, and last but not least, restoration and fun. And yeah, fun is on there for a reason. It's not an optional extra, it's a critical part of the whole system. Now, here's where it gets personal. As we go through this next bit, I want you to ask yourself, how balanced is my life, really? Are all 8 of these areas getting a piece of me, or am I letting some of them fall by the wayside? Because this is the central idea right here. An unbalanced life, it isn't just a little inefficient. No, it's like trying to drive down the highway on a square tire. It's a bumpy, exhausting, and totally unsustainable ride that's eventually just going to bring you to a screeching halt. And this is what that looks like. On the left, you see that smooth, round wheel, a smooth journey. But on the right, well, that's going to be a rough ride. This is that aha moment. When we totally ignore certain parts of our lives, this is literally the shape we're giving our journey. And let's see exactly how this happens. Okay, take this example. Someone is just crushing it at work, right? Scoring an 80% in their career, promotions on the way. But look at the cost. Family and relationships, down at 20%, because they're never home. Mental growth, also 20%. Who has time to read? You see, that one high score is creating the low scores and the bumps everywhere else. Which leads to this really powerful question, and I want you to seriously think about it. If all 4 tires on your car were shaped like this, how far would you actually get before the whole thing just rattled apart? Suddenly, the consequences of being out of balance feel very, very real. Okay, so we've seen the problem. We have the tool to visualize it. Now, let's talk about the solution. How do we use this wheel, not just to find balance for ourselves today, but to start consciously building that multi-generational legacy? The process itself is actually pretty simple. First, you assess yourself by answering some really thought-provoking questions. Then you calculate your average score for each of those 8 life areas. You plot those scores on a blank wheel, and then you connect the dots. That's when you see the true shape of your life. And the questions themselves are designed to just blow your mind a little. Take this one from the wealth section. It's not asking, are you saving money? No, it's asking if you're actively teaching the next generation how to think about money. That's a whole different level. Or how about this one from the mental category? This is incredible. It basically reframes your entire life experience, your wins, your losses, your lessons, as a user manual that you can pass down to your children and grandchildren. Talk about building a legacy. And in the business section, it challenges you to think way beyond your own paycheck. Is your life's work set up in a way that your family can keep benefiting from it long after you're gone? See, it completely shifts your perspective on what success even means. Now, here's a crucial point. This is not a one-and-done kind of thing. The world is constantly trying to pull you back into that short-term thinking. Using this tool regularly is like getting a wheel alignment for your life. It keeps you on track and focused on that long-term journey.
So, after all that, what does it all boil down to? Let's put it all together into a clear blueprint for what this generational lifestyle actually looks like in practice.
Here it is. It's about knowing your why and living it. It's about enjoying your life, not trying to win some imaginary competition. It means making generational thinking a habit in everything you do. It's about always learning, finding meaning by helping others, and, this is a big one, making sure the people you hang out with are on the same path.
And I want to leave you with this final thought. Thinking in terms of generations, it's a huge dream, right? It's about building something that's way bigger than just you. But maybe that's the whole point. Big dreams give us the room we need to grow. So the real question is, what will you grow into?